Good evening, everyone. Welcome again to another life story coming to you from LifeStories Worldwide. Live on Zoom, Facebook, and YouTube. If you need help and need prayer, then contact us on our hotline, +44 794 355 0287. You can also go to our website, lifestoriesworldwide.com, where again you'll find lots of information that will help you and encourage you. As we say, we share stories from all over the world, and they go out all over the world. And tonight we have a first coming from Costa Rica. The first story we've had from Costa Rica, and tonight we have Ricky Gerli, who's going to share his story. Ricky is a businessman and an entrepreneur. He has his own business, in a manufacturing business. He's a biochemist, and they manufacture famous brand products. And when Ricky was 30, he was looking for answers. He tried to find the answer in investments, in stocks and different things, but it didn't satisfy. But then he found the answer. And what he wants to do now is share that answer with other people to encourage them how they can have a happy, fulfilled life. And so it's great to have Ricky with us tonight. And I hand over to you now, Ricky, to share your story. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. Hi, Alan. Thank you for that introduction. Everybody, my greetings from Costa Rica. Costa Rica is a small country in Central America, all full of mountains and beaches. It is a very nice country. Let me present myself. My family came from New York and the southern states of Florida. And I was born here in Costa Rica, and I went to school and university here. My family came here during the 30s, 38, before the big war, Second War. And so they settled here, and they bought this big laboratory, cosmetic and medicine laboratory. And I grew up since I was a kid here, and I went to the university and became a biochemist. I went first for a business administration, and later on, my father gave me the factory to run it. I got married to this beautiful woman, Martu, and Martu was an outstanding woman. She was a model. And one day I said, when I first met her, who's gonna marry this woman? And the Lord arranged all my life. And since I was a boy, he was guiding my steps, and I was not a Christian for that time. I call that I'm a favorite man among women because I make cosmetics, and that makes you a special man, especially when you have a lot of promises getting rid of wrinkles. So I make potions and I make creams. And I was contracted by French companies and German companies to make their own brand. When I started working with my father got divorced from my mother, and he mixed up the whole family. He married my mother's youngest sister, and that really hurt the whole family and hurt my life because I was the son, and I was supposed to inherit everything, and now my cousin became half brothers. My aunt became my stepmother, And so it was a tremendous family problem. So I decided to go to the States and continue with my life. But as soon as I went to the States, I received a letter from the government because they want to draft me for the army, and the war of Vietnam was on. So I called my attorney, my family attorney here, and he said, take the first plane, the first fly to Costa Rica, and we arranged everything with the embassy. So this attorney took me to the embassy, and I resigned of being an American, and I became a Costa Rican. I had the right to be a Costa Rican because I was born here. So
Ricky, you switch your sound off. Your sound is off.
okay, I started buying plastic companies, cereal companies, and we went into different businesses. And I was so tied up with the business, and I forgot about that I had a family. Martha, for that time, with Martha, we had 2 kids. And I was not a good father. I was not a good husband. And because my first choice in my life was business. But we started growing and making a lot of money. We grew up about having 7 different companies, about 750 employees in this corporation. My life was completely full. And I was also member of chambers, chamber of industry, advertising chamber, and my life was all tied up with meetings and
He's coming. Jesus is coming. I can't wait to hear the trumpet call. He's coming. Jesus is coming. And when he comes, we'll crown him Lord of all. And when he comes, we'll crown him Lord of all.
and I had to attend all those meetings, and I didn't have time for Martha and my kids. But at the same time, I started to feel bad, really bad. I didn't know what to do. Inside of me, there was this kind of emptiness, and I always had fear of losing, fear of losing the companies, and I didn't know how to rest or have a good time. And one of the members of the Chamber of Industry, Richard Beck, he said to me, "You look bad." And I said to Richard, I not only look bad, I feel bad. And so he took me to one of those yoga places for having some discipline of meditation, having meditation. I learned to meditate, and I spent 2 years there. And I And there was a place, in this place, they give you a mantra, which is a sound that you repeat only in your mind. And I spent 2 years repeating this mantra and meditating twice a day for 30 minutes a day. But my condition, this didn't help my condition. My condition, it was worse every day. One day I got angry because to go to this place, they charge you for a lot of money. And I was thinking, I'm paying a lot of money for a mantra that is my sound in my mind, and I don't have any benefit out of it. So I resigned publicly. I said, I'm going away because this is not helping me. But I was there, and I asked my secretary to look me for a psychiatrist. During that time in Costa Rica, we don't have psychologists. We have this famous psychiatrist that I asked him to help me. And this psychiatrist was so famous that we made him president of the country. This guy became the president of the country. We elected him, but during the appointment, I went to see him, and Abel Pacheco was his name. And Abel asked me, "What happened, Ricardo?" And I said to him, "I feel bad. I feel nothing. I'm always nervous. I'm always thinking of losing everything I have. I feel lonely. And if I go to a party, I don't enjoy the party. So I'm making the life of my family miserable because I have bad temper. I'm getting so aggressive." And he started asking me questions about my life. And he said to me, "Listen, Ricardo, life is like a pizza pie. You have slices, but all the slices, they converge at the center. And the center is your inner being. And if one of the slices has a problem, you're going to have problem in all of the areas of your life." So he started asking me about my family life, first thing. And he asked me to qualify that family life. And he said to me, "In each of the parts of my life, how do you think of it is that part?" I said, "It's bad." During that time, I was a womanizer. The cosmetic business took me to cheat my wife, and I had this apartment where I took women, and I'm ashamed of sharing this part, but this part is very important about my faith, because the Lord used that part of my life to touch me. And so he asked me about my kids, and he asked, "How do you qualify?" Well, my kids, they're not my sons. They like cousins, because I never get involved with them. And he started to going into each slice of my life even business. And since I was so involved in business, he said to me, do you enjoy doing business? And I said, no, business is giving me a lot of problems. My life is full of problems, full of meetings, and full of I had to come with solutions, and really it's not pleasant to start and to be in business. And he went into all the part of my life. How did I rest? How do I have a good time? And so everything he asked me, how do you qualify this part? And I said, that part is bad. And he said to me, your problem, Ricardo, is very easy. It's very easy. You're living a life that you don't like. And I asked Abel, how do you learn to live a life that you like?
He's coming. Jesus is coming. I can't wait to hear the trumpet call.
And Abel Pacheco said to me, well, that's not a medical, that doesn't need a medical answer. That's a decision you have to make in your life. You have to take all the parts. And as you have the capacity to find out that each of the parts are bad or good, you have to turn those bad parts into good parts. And so why don't you write down in a book or in a paper what it could make your parts good. So the only thing that I can give you is a pill. I can give you a pill for sleeping, and I can give you a pill to take all to make you feel and think without rejecting each of the parts. You can solve. The pill is gonna give you freedom to think openly. So I took those two pills. He gave me a big pill named Mogadon. I remember that. And one pill, a pink pill to sleep. And so I spent about 6 months, but nothing happened. I couldn't solve my problem. I told you I had this apartment to take women, and I used to share this apartment with a friend. This friend was a close friend, and we used to share when we went to the gym and work out. And also I still work out, but during that time I was a weightlifter, and he was always training with me. And I noticed that for the last 3 months, he never used the apartment. Everything at the apartment was the same as I left it the last time. And I met the guy and I said, Hugo, what happened that you're not using the apartment? And Hugo gave me an answer that really impressed me. And he said, Ricky, I gave my life to Jesus. And I asked Hugo, what do you mean with that? How do you give your life to Jesus? I don't know. I'm not really, I can't explain that. I went to a meeting and all my problems started to disappear. And I attend these meetings, which is a businessman meeting. During that time, we didn't have a fellowship here, but it was a group of 20 men that meet together in a advertising agency, and they use the meeting room. Was a room for 20 people, and I can't explain what's happening there, but you can come with me and you can find out. And if you like it, you can stay there. So he told me the day they meet, and I went there with Hugo. And it was a second floor, about 20-minute driving from my house. And I saw that group, and I knew people that they were there, and they were happy. They started praying. But that day, when they saw me there, because I was a famous businessman, this is a big fish, they said. This is a big fish. And so they started asking me the reason why I was attending the meeting. And so I shared the same thing I did with the psychiatrist. I said the same thing to them. I'm empty. I'm full of fear. I don't know if I'm depressed. I have conflict about my life. And so I saw my friend Hugo, and my friend Hugo, well, we were partners in this apartment. And so he was not using it. And so I asked him, and he said, I gave my life to Jesus. That was a term that I couldn't understand. How do you give your life to someone who lived 2,000 years ago? That he died. I went to school and I had religion, but I didn't know how to. Jesus could help me with my problem today. I know that I learned a lot of Jesus in religion, but having this kind of relation, it was not familiar to me. And the guy who was leading the meeting, he took the Bible and he started giving some answers. And the first thing he said to me, Ricardo, you took a wrong way, wrong path. And Jesus is the way. Jesus is the path to go there. And Jesus is alive. Jesus is here and brought you here to this meeting. And in the world, you're going to find the problems, the struggle that you have.
Stories. Life Stories.